Talking about the possibility of AJ Styles versus uh, Shawn Michaels. This honestly is kind of a dream come true match for people like me, who Shawn has been my favorite wrestler like almost of all time, and then AJ Styles is like my favorite wrestler right now. While everybody looks at like John Cena and The Rock, or The Rock and Hulk Hogan, this is more of the match that I would have wanted to see, is AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels. I'm more on the side of the Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels match, Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair, that kind of side of it, because I feel that performance-wise, Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, Ric Flair's, AJ Styles are way better performers and way better athletes than the side of The Rock, Hulk Hogan, and John Cena. So I feel like these matches, I mean, first of all, they're going to be way, way better matches, but like it seems like these matches don't get hyped up as much. Like The Rock versus John Cena was called the greatest WrestleMania match or whatever, or the match of like 10 decades or something. I don't know, whatever. But this match is something that I'd want to see. Like, I didn't really care too much about John Cena versus The Rock going into it, and I was happy that The Rock won the first match, but I just wasn't happy for it. And I wasn't totally, I was pretty young when Shawn Michaels faced Chris Jericho. And I can tell you that if Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho were to face, like, when I became a wrestling fan and when I actually started watching wrestling so much, I'd probably be super excited to see that match. Like, at the time, I would have bought the fucking pay-per-view. Like, if it was $50 fucking, I would have bought the fucking pay-per-view no matter what, just to see that shit live. And it'd be cool to see Shawn Michaels back. I'm not sure what shape he's in. From WrestleMania, he seems like he's in the same shape that he's always been in, being slightly older than he was last time he was actually in a wrestling ring. But he always puts on a good show. I'm not sure if there's any real ring rust that we have to worry about too much. Definitely AJ Styles is the type of guy that, like, if you wanted to come back as a just for one match or something, AJ Styles would be the one that you would want there if you wanted somebody to carry you, because he could make you look good. He's like Dolph Ziggler. He can make you look good, but he can also look good in the process. AJ Styles is at the pinnacle of his career right now. He's very much on the top of WWE, which is like a huge fucking thing. And honestly, it makes sense for him to challenge Shawn Michaels because of the fact that Shawn Michaels has been again, fuck Hulk Hogan, fuck The Rock. Shawn Michaels has been the guy in WWE. Like, he's honestly one of the best in WWE. So it makes sense for AJ Styles to do that, because there's not really anybody right now that compares to what AJ Styles has done. Pretty much every indie profession he's been in, and I'm including TNA here, he's been the world champion in. And now he's WWE world champion. So that really cements this legacy here. Look. Oh, shit. Something that I'd like to see happen before that is the possibility of AJ Styles becoming a face. Not necessary, because Chris Jericho was technically a heel when he faced Shawn Michaels. Not necessary at all, but I'd like to see them face each other as both baby faces. And that's not likely to happen. I mean, especially with the Authority gone, like not on when the Authority's on Raw and stuff, you actually have a chance of Shawn Michaels being a face, but you don't have too much of a chance of AJ Styles doing it because of the fact that he's been going up against guys like John Cena and stuff like that. Now, if the rumors are true that WWE is seriously thinking about turning John Cena heel, then we could very well see a face turn for AJ Styles, and I'd like to see that. I don't want to see a heel versus Shawn Michaels, but I mean, it looks like we may have to see it. But yeah, this would be a great match. I mean, just looking at his matches with The Undertaker alone, Shawn Michaels always puts on a good match. Looking at even in losing, and I know like if AJ Styles is the champion by Royal Rumble, which is again probably not too likely that he will, because they want him to face Shawn Michaels, and I'm pretty sure they might want him to lose. But it would be still pretty cool to see him beat Shawn Michaels to show that AJ Styles is the future. Well, I mean, not even the future, like, because he's kind of the now, but like to show that he's like the future Shawn Michaels or something, like the future guy who is going to be what a lot of people, like he's like in, let's say 5 to 10 years, AJ Styles is going to be facing the next upcomer in a very similar match to this, just like Chris Jericho does. Chris Jericho faced the same guy, so yeah, it's just it's a lot of cool things to talk about. I'm pretty excited for this whole thing here. Probably gonna be one of my favorite matches that comes out. I may actually even buy, like, see, I was gonna buy WWE Network for WrestleMania, and I may still do that. I may just wait to watch Royal Rumble in full, but I kind of want to watch Royal Rumble because of the fact that it might be AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels. I mean, I may decide that I want to watch Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles live, and I may actually buy the WWE Network just for that month, because I'm not a new subscriber, so I can't get like free Royal Rumble or anything like that. But yeah, this is be a crazy match to see. I'm fucking ecstatic if this actually gets booked. I hope that Shawn Michaels isn't just going to be a Royal Rumble entrant. Also, if it does come down to Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles, and he's like, I feel like it has to be where he's still the champion, because that negates AJ Styles being in the Royal Rumble. If AJ Styles isn't the champion and he's not in the Royal Rumble, that's a fucking travesty, because you need, like, if you have a chance to put AJ Styles in the fucking Royal Rumble, you need guys like AJ Styles in the Royal Rumble, because the Royal Rumble has actually been fucking lacking on a couple of different things. Now, if you watch the Royal Rumbles from a couple years ago, this is where WWE always shined, was this Royal Rumble where they had John Cena, Triple H, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, all these huge names, Randy Orton, and they had all these huge names battling it out in this huge match, like eliminating all these like small-time guys. We haven't really had that as much. Like, I mean, I'm sure the Shield has been dominating the past 2 Royal Rumbles, but before that, we didn't even have too much of the Shield. Like, they had CM Punk was the main guy. CM Punk was the guy that was fucking in the Royal Rumbles. He wasn't gonna win, but he was the guy that was in most of the Royal Rumble. So, I mean, on one hand, it makes sense, but on the other hand, you need more big names to be in the Royal Rumble. They do have a chance with this, with John Cena being in the Royal Rumble, and then a couple other guys being in the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins needs to be in the Royal Rumble this year. Keep him away from the title until WrestleMania at least. Roman Reigns definitely needs to be in there, even if he is the United States champion. Dolph Ziggler needs to be in there. And you need these guys to kind of run the fucking Royal Rumble and then decide who you want to win. Doesn't even have to be one of them. Bray Wyatt needs to be in the Royal Rumble too. So I have gone on way too much. I've talked about too much. But yeah, this is basically just a little video I decided to do to kind of show how excited I would be. So yeah.